What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I wanted to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. We're waiting for the Cowboys to start practice again today, so we'll have some more updates of all the stuff that's going on. I pointed out this morning about how don't get all bent out of shape over Micah Parsons' contract or lack thereof. This is what the Cowboys do. With Donavan Ez playing so well, I pointed out, don't be surprised if you hear Micah who from Jerry Jones, because Jerry Jones is literally that guy that is just a freaking idiot who loves the limelight. But here's where I'm going to say it's funny to me, because I get so many people that tell me how stupid I am. You know, when I say Sealand Carson, I mispronounce his name. I'll be the first one to admit, me reading out names, I'm an idiot. I suck at it. I have dyslexia, and I'm a name butcher. That's what I do. And if you're coming here for proper name pronunciation and perfect grammar, then skip on through, because that ain't me, bro. Sorry, I wish it was. But that lady right there, she is forever correcting my lack of grammarology. Okay? What? With love. She does it with love and laughter. Love and laughter. But the funny thing is listening and seeing all of the trolls and all the people out there that tell you that the Dallas Cowboys suck. Just like that Detroit Lion fan that said that Dak Prescott is worse than Daniel Jones. Well, you know how many times Daniel Jones has gone head-to-head with Dak Prescott and lost? Quite a lot. Yeah, it's been raining. It's been raining for a while, and I've been watching the lightning and stuff. So that's fun. And the thing that's even funnier is I try and point out things. Because people say, you're always trashing ESPN and stuff, but you're always watching. Well, that's true, but I try to use that as a tool to let you know that things that they say, they don't get it right very often. That they mess up quite a bit. So when I showed you how they were talking about CeeDee Lamb's contract last year and how it was the death nail and worst thing in the world that you could do to CeeDee Lamb and this, that, and the other, and that it's the same thing that we've heard before. And it's the same thing we heard about D-Law and about Zeke Elliott and so on. It's just what the Cowboys do. And so I use that to remind you, we've been here before, and what immediately happens after one of these contract disputes. And in fact, the clip I showed this morning, when they were going through CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons literally said, we understand the deal. This is the way it goes as far as negotiations go. And in the end, it's nothing personal. It's business here. And if that business is the Cowboys letting the players know that, you know, we're doing this for clicks and giggles, and whether you like it or not, the Cowboys' problems are always talked about more than anybody else's. And that, of course, has made them the biggest brand. And just like people come after me, hating me, and this, that, and the other, well, it's the same thing for the Cowboys, just on a much grander scale. So there's that. But wouldn't it be interesting? Now follow me for a second here. Because, see, everybody automatically looks at players that were drafted and where they were drafted and what the experts said about them, right? That, you know, all these guys, oh, you can't miss players, and somehow we miss. Take, for example, somebody like Evan Neal. Now, Evan Neal, who's been in the league several years, first-round draft pick for the Giants, drafted at tackle, for all intents and purposes thus far, has been kind of a bust. Let's be real here. Now, in training camp right now, he's actually looking, now that they've moved him to guard, he's looking much, much better. And here's where it's almost comical to me, because you're getting both sides of the fence. I saw one clip of Evan Neal going against Abdul Carter, right? And in that clip, Evan Neal actually beat him. And people were immediately saying, this guy's a bust. He can't beat Evan Neal. It was one freaking play, guys. One freaking play. But then you go through and then you look at other clips and things of him in camp. You listen to what the coaches are saying about him and former players are saying about him. Everybody's like, wow, this guy is the real deal. He's doing freak of nature stuff. But some people will break things down to one play in practice and assume that that's going to be what you get throughout. Okay. Now, with all of that being said, what you want to look for is consistency. Leo pointed out, and he was like, well, a Cowboy player going against a Cowboy player doesn't, necessarily mean a whole lot. Okay, I hear what you're saying. This is true. And I've pointed that out before too, because a lot of times in training camp, we'll see Cowboys on Cowboys, in a drill, and a guy will look good. I always use Dennis Houston, one-handed grab in the corner of the end zone, and everybody thought he was going to be Odell Beckham. So there is a lot of credence to that. However, you look to see, is this just one play, one freak play that's just getting, viral, or is it constant? Because the constant thing that you've been seeing with Donavan Ez is, it's looking real easy for Donavan Ez. And he looks to be a freak of nature that maybe the Cowboys got lucky and dropped him in the second round. Now, of course, Abdul Carter, being the number 3 pick in the draft, is going to get the lion's share of the coverage because the expectations are there because he's that first round pick. But what if, and I'm already assuming you already got the Madden ratings that have him, in the top 100, and you have people already talking about he's going to be NFL Player of the Year. But what if, would it be crazy to think that Donavan Ez could actually have a better season? Here's why I think Donavan Ez could end up statistically having a better season. That is, of course, the Cowboys get Micah Parsons whole again, getting his contract done, and he's out there being a beast. Because, and that's not to say the Giants got a great front too, but because you have Micah Parsons on the other side, if he comes out the box being that guy, and you've got Micah Parsons, it's going to be hard to try and stop both of them. That's the first reason. The second reason I say is, I believe, and I could be wrong, that the Dallas Cowboys offense will be much better than what the Giants are. And in some of these games that the Cowboys will have leads or will be blowing people away. In which case, if a team is behind, they're going to do what more? Pass the football. Unless they're a team that's got Jason Garrett as a head coach, like we did against the Lions. Was it against the Lions? Where we were up 26-3 and we threw, no, the Packers. That's it. Matt Flynn Packers. Where we were up 26-3 and we decided to pass more than the team trying to catch us. Yeah, go figure. Another one of our problems, coaches. But if you're a team typically that's going to be in the league, and the Cowboys, believe it, they're going to be a quick strike team with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, teams are going to become more one-dimensional going against the Cowboys, in which case you'll have more opportunities to rush the passer. Whereas I don't think that the Giants are going to be great offensively, and I don't think that they're going to be leading, big scores in a lot of games. Thus, second half opportunities, teams are going to probably running the football against them and trying to kill the clock. And there you could have it. Statistically, you could see Donavan Ez having a better season, and it would not surprise me one bit. Feel free to insert laugh or joke or Mark's an idiot right now, but we'll revisit this at the end of the season and see how it actually goes. But Donavan Ez, he looks good. We're talking about a guy who had 15 and a half sacks last year in college. That is nothing to sleep on. Alrighty, good people. Another rainy day here at the beach. And I have to say, I'm missing home. I actually can't wait to get back home. We do have the Dan Salio show today at 4:30, so there's that. And we will see you guys then. As always, I appreciate you, and peace out.